In the booming world of beauty bloggers, Courtney Elizabeth Warner has become something of a breakout star with a glittery backdrop, insatiable energy, and a staff of gleaming products. She has amassed hundreds of thousands of followers since 2014 under the name CourtElizz1. It is bright, accessible, and fun. More than 133,000 subscribers get to know Courtney's bubbly personality, without diving too deep. But last month, the 26-year-old from Michigan broke that wall as she revealed she has stage 3 brain cancer, and shared the video of her open brain surgery to remove the tumor. The video, published last week among her other tutorials, rocketed to more than 180,000 views within hours. Scroll down for videos inside the operating room. This is a screen grab of the video, moments before the surgery begins. Courtney, 26, is lying on the left-hand side of the blue curtain, with her head exposed on the other side, where the surgeons will be operating. Before the operation, Courtney was a bright and bubble makeup blogger, with huge success with a glittery backdrop, insatiable energy, and a staff of gleaming products. She has amassed hundreds of thousands of followers since 2014 under the name CourtElizz1. Diagnosed with a brain tumor, how Courtney revealed her diagnosis to fans. Courtney, who teaches middle school kids in Michigan between making beauty videos, first revealed her tumor battle in a short video clip on her YouTube channel in May. With a full face of makeup and streaming tears, she told fans she had a brain tumor, but doctors believed it wasn't cancerous. The tumor was discovered, she said, after she experienced issues with her speech. She was struggling to articulate words. It was something she had always had an issue with, and chalked it up to clumsiness, the characteristic that she plays with on her show. However, in the last few months she reached a point where she couldn't remember words. She would look at a pair of glasses, understand what they were, but not be able to articulate the word. One day she experienced a splitting headache and felt overwhelmingly nauseous. She went to the doctor for a scan, which revealed a mass in her brain. Courtney told fans her doctors were confident it was nothing to worry about it, and had booked in scans to get it checked. A month later, she appeared again, this time without her usual makeup, her hair tied in a bun, her eyes full of tears. The video was titled, "I have grade 3 cancer. There are some things I have to tell you. I am going to try not to cry. I am going to try my best not to cry, because I just really don't want to. I found out that I have cancer. I did not know I had it. I kept telling everyone it's not cancer, it's not cancer, it's not cancer, because everyone told me it wasn't cancer." Courtney did not specify her exact type of tumor. She admitted to viewers that she knew nothing about cancer before this point, and explained the stages as they were explained to her. "So for cancer, they said there is 4. I am a 3, so it's not the best one, because the best one would be 1, or none, I guess, but mine is 3 out of 4, so I have 3," she says, trailing off. "But they said that my 3 that I have is actually the best one out of all of them, and I am going to be fine," Courtney said, her voice cracking. "So I am going to get chemo and radiation," she said, stumbling over the word radiation and apologizing. "I always say that wrong. I know I have to do 6 weeks of chemo, and they said that I am going to be doing a pill, and after the chemo and the radiation, I can't say that word. I am going to be done, and then I have to do an MRI every month just to make sure everything is doing well, and then I think I have to do that every month for a year." Weeks later, she revealed she would be getting the tumor removed. It is a common route for brain tumor patients, but is not without risks. All brain surgery, regardless of how invasive it is, carries about a 5% risk of death, a stroke, or life-altering disabilities. If the tumor is benign, most patients choose the wait and watch option, monitoring it until absolutely necessary to take the risk. If the tumor is malignant, i.e. cancerous, the patient and doctor must decide how risky an operation would be. In many cases, the doctor cannot see what the tumor will be like, either solid or stretchy, until they are operating. A solid tumor is easier to deal with, to break away from the rest of the vessels in the brain. The less solid tumor is more complicated, and could be stuck to delicate parts that carry a high risk of a stroke if ruptured. To determine her treatment options, Courtney underwent a functional brain scan, which involves looking at flashcards and imagining the word to describe them. That way, the doctor at hand could assess how close the tumor was to her Broca's area, the region in the frontal lobe responsible for speech. Courtney told fans that the doctors determined her tumor had pushed that part of her brain backwards. Though alarming, she said, it showed the tumor was not entangled in that region, and surgery would in theory, be straightforward brain surgery. Courtney lets viewers in on her harrowing moments in the operating room as they removed 95 of the tumor. The video starts with Courtney introducing the footage, displaying the large scar on the side of her head. A couple of weeks before my brain surgery, I had said that I wanted to film everything about the surgery and everything like that. She explains, I wanted to show you guys how it was for me, all the way from the beginning all the way to the end. She added, when I watched this about a month ago, I did not want to see this. I was like, I am going to even delete it. I don't want to see anything near it. I am glad I didn't, because I looked at it like 3 days ago and I think it's kind of cool and interesting to watch. After her operation, Courtney displayed a large scar on the side of her head. Switching to the footage, the viewer watches through the GoPro attached to the head of Courtney's bed. We see the doctor place a blue hair net on her head, as her mother, my brother and cousin stand beside her. Her mother then kisses her forehead. The family leaves, and Courtney is wheeled through the hospital into the operating theater. They opened these doors and I literally remember, even though I was kind of like goofy, I remember seeing it and I was just like, oh my god. Courtney recalls, I see all of these people I didn't know, and it was just nuts. There were all these people, and they're all there for me. The operation was done under local anesthetic, meaning Courtney was awake throughout. This is an increasingly popular form of brain surgery, since the surgeons can monitor the patient's cognitive function throughout, checking that they aren't hitting any vital vessels heading into the operation. Courtney's mother kisses her forehead, the family leaves, and Courtney is wheeled through the hospital into the operating theater. The surgeons administered local anesthetic before the operation so she would be awake but feeling no pain. At one point the surgeons triggered a seizure pictured as Courtney tries to identify the picture. The right side of her face begins to twitch uncontrollably and she can't speak. The doctor holding the flashcards alerts the surgeons, and within a minute the seizure stops. Trying to continue with the flashcards, Courtney starts crying, but doctor comforts her as the surgeons near the crucial moment of the surgery in which they can remove the tumor due to her seizure. The surgeons realized that 5% of the tumor was embedded in a delicate region. Going in there could have caused life-altering damage, but with 95% of the tumor removed, doctors are confident that the rest can be blitzed with radiotherapy. Since Courtney's tumor is sat in the speech region of her brain, she needed to be speaking throughout. She lay on her side, with a team of surgeons operating behind her. Meanwhile, one of the doctors sat in front of her, showing her picture cards for each one. Courtney had to say what it was if she was correct, and articulated it reasonably well. They continued, however. At one point the surgeons triggered a seizure as Courtney tries to identify a picture. The right side of her face begins to twitch uncontrollably and she can't speak. The doctor holding the flashcards alerts the surgeons, and within a minute the seizure stops. Trying to continue with the flashcards, Courtney starts crying. I started to cry because I thought the seizure was my fault, she said. The doctor comforts her as the surgeons near the crucial moment of the surgery in which they can remove the tumor due to her seizure. The surgeons realized that 5% of the tumor was embedded in a delicate region. Going in there could have caused life-altering damage, but with 95% of the tumor removed, Courtney said, doctors are confident that the rest can be blitzed with chemotherapy and radiotherapy. She now takes a chemotherapy pill every day while undergoing 6 weeks of radiation therapy. You are so brave. Thousands of fans, including her students, react to the video. Courtney's fans rushed to comment on the video, remarking on her progress. Your speech is improving so much with every video you post. One wrote, I am so amazed at your progress. Just know that we are all pulling for you and wish you a very quick recovery. Another said, I see and hear so much improvement. You are the hardest working and most sincere YouTuber. Congrats on all the hard work. It shows in not only speech improvement but in the way you are bouncing back. I enjoyed seeing the surgery video. It is very interesting. Thank you for sharing such a personal and difficult time. You are beautiful. She also received streams of comments from her students. One wrote, Hi Warner, I miss you so much. I am so glad to see that you are doing so good with your speech, and you had a great recovery. Also Warner, I was so scared to watch this video, but when you looked all happy and looked everything went okay, I had to watch it. Another said, I miss you Mrs. Warner, and one wrote, I am still praying for you. Beautiful. We love you so much, and not only want you to get better but more importantly we want you to be fats. More important. God bless you Warner.